Hey guys, it's Kate420. How you doing? I'm back with some breaking news. I haven't back in a while. I'm working on a few really big projects. I'd like to talk about them later, but right now this is really important. We got to jump right into this. About a couple hours ago, 3 hours ago or so, was supposed to be Epstein's bail hearing. And if you've watched my channel, then or if you've even watched the news lately, which is amazing, the stories in the news. This is the beginning of the unraveling of the most elite pedophile ring, that's globally international, whatever you want. It's not just international; it's global. And today, if this isn't on the front page of the news, then most of our assumptions will be correct that this Epstein has intelligence connections. Um, the judge was quite curious about what came out in court today. Let's get to it. Okay, before I do anything, real quick, where did I get Epstein having intelligence connections? Well, Alex Acosta. Alex Acosta reported in this. Let's see here. I think it was one of his testimonies. It was the hearing, his confirmation hearing. It said that he was told to basically back off on Jeffrey Epstein because this is zero hedge, by the way. That he was told to back off Jeffrey Epstein because oops, sorry, didn't mean to do that, belonged to intelligence. So a few hours ago, it was reported what was found in the Epstein safe. Fake passports, cash, diamonds found in Epstein home, prosecutors say. So at the bail hearing, oops, at the bail hearing here, please. Oh, I hate the hill. It never stops. It just constantly just runs. Um, and not to mention at the same time, the witness is being accused of he's being accused of witness tampering. So, okay, federal prosecutors announced Monday they found a fake passport, piles of cash, and dozens of diamonds in the home of Jeffrey Epstein. This is along with the thousands of images of underage girls in sexually explicit condition, I guess you'd call it. I don't want to listen to the hill, so sorry. Anyway, and in this was, I want to get down a little bit so you can see. Here we go. There. In this was passport. Right here. Here we are. The passport listed a residence in Saudi Arabia and a photo of Epstein under a different name, guys. This was an 80s visa or 80s passport. They will not announce what country issued this passport. We're all assuming, obviously, it was Israel. We all think he has a ton of Mossad connections, starting with Ghislaine Maxwell's father, Leslie Wexner, owner and operator of a Victoria's Secret, which we just found has a lot to do with very connected with the Epstein um, situation here. Anyway, the biggest thing in this is um, Saudi Arabia, guys. Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia made me jump for a minute because I know in the phone or in the phone records, if you've seen Epstein's evidence, you've seen the log books or the log things for the plane. So you've seen Bill Clinton and all the famous people that were on the plane. That's great. But if you've seen the black book that the butlers told, then you know that um, he had connections such as in the royal, in royalty. Prince Andrew, he had many royal names and numbers in there. He had 23 numbers for Bill Clinton alone. Okay. So this passport, again, guys, this should be breaking news all over everything tonight. This along with having an AKA and a home, it said home residence in Saudi Arabia. Ready? Here we go. Getting warm. Come on, load, please. Sorry, guys. It's what I use to record with. I know it is. Did Jeffrey Epstein work for the Mossad? Pedophile Jeffrey Epstein work for the Mossad? Well, we're not going to go through this whole article. I always say I'll put the link down below, but I won't. I forget. You can see the link at the top of the page, Okay? So, let's go. I'm going to scroll down. You can read all this yourself if you need to. All it does is start from the beginning. That's all. Right here talks about what I just told you. Epstein perceived as being an intelligent link was made clear in Acosta's comments. He was asked, "Is the Epstein case going to cause a problem for the confirmation hearings?" And then it says he explained breezily that apparently back in the day he had just one meeting on the Epstein case. He cut the non-prosecution deal with one of the attorneys because he had been told to back off. That Epstein was above his pay grade. I was told Epstein belonged to intelligence and to leave it alone. Here, guys, no one knows where his billions of dollars came from. He has never explained how he became a teacher at Dartmouth, math teacher at Dartmouth, or I think it was Dartmouth, he had never even graduated high school his own self. Or maybe never graduated. Either, yeah, he never had any college education his own self. Here we go. Whose intelligence does Epstein belong to? CIA, the Russian FSB are obvious candidates, but would have no particular motive. That leaves Israel, which would have been eager to have a stable, high-level agent and influence in the Europe and United States. Understand, everyone has always thought Little St. James Island, which is owned by Jeffrey Epstein, is basically a honeypot, where our president, Bill Clinton, just spent last summer with another pedophile who was actually a witness in the Robert Mueller case where he was investigating Donald Trump. This pedophile witness whose name is lost my is not on the tip of my tongue right now, and I'll think of it later. But he just came out and said Bill Clinton made a statement not 2 days ago saying I've never been on Little St. James, and then bold because I have a picture of it. I'm going to do a whole nother video on that after this. This is more important. So Epstein's contact with the Israeli intelligence service may have been plausibly come through his associations with, she hates this, so I'm going to do it, Ghislaine Maxwell. It's Ghislaine. No, not if you've been with Jeffrey Epstein this long, honey. It's Ghislaine, who allegedly served as his key procurer of young girls. Ghislaine is the daughter of Robert Maxwell. Long story short, an Israeli super spy. Maxwell, ongoing ties to Mossad. After his death, he was given a state funeral by Israel, in which six serving and former heads of Israeli intelligence listened while Prime Minister Yitzhak Shamir realized he's done more for Israel than can today be said. There's a young Donald Trump. Epstein kept a black book, and look at the end of this. I mean, you can look through it all, but look at the end. This is where I want you to focus on today. Saudi King Solomon, Saudi Arabia home address. Saudi King Salman, Saudi Arabia home address. So Mossad would have exploited Epstein's contacts, arranging their cooperations with Epstein, him wining and dining them while flying them off to exotic locations, providing them with women and entertainment. If they refused to cooperate, it would be time for the blackmail, photos, and videos of sex with underage women. It will be very interesting to see just how far and deep the investigations go into Epstein's activities. One can expect his efforts may be to protect top politicians like Clinton and Trump. This is debunked. I'm being very straightforward here. Go to Epoch Times. That's a very fair and biased, straight-centered journalism right now. Epoch Times. What's her name? Gina debunked it. She's got a video up from yesterday. Look, she did a 30 or 23-minute video. Trump had a one-time plane on the small plane from Florida to New York. He hitched a ride, and then after that, there was a sexual assault at the Mar-a-Lago by Jeffrey Epstein. This was told to the lawyers who prosecuted him back in Florida by Donald Trump. They did not have to. They didn't have to subpoena Trump. He offered the information up. He offered to help them in any way he could, and they said the information that he provided actually was a help. So, on to this. Okay. Um, but this time, if it was indeed an Israeli operation, it might prove difficult to cover up the story since the pedophilia aspect of it has unleashed considerable public anger from all across the political spectrum. Senator Chuck Schumer, self-described as Israel's protector in the Senate, is loudly calling for the resignation of Acosta. He just might change his tune if it turns out Israel is now a major part of the story. Look out for that. Look out for a switch from Chuck Schumer. Um, let's not forget, guys. This is gets more important here. I really this one next part. This is why I believe the intelligence thing, it all connects together. If you know about Iran Contra, you know about DynCorp and the conflict trafficking that was done in Bosnia Herzegovina. These girls, high cheekbones, were picked to be Victoria's Secret model. They were all told, "Come with us to New York City. Come with us. We are going to put you in modeling school. We're going to make you model." And they were made baby prostitutes. They were put on yachts and put on planes, and they were told, you know, massage this man, do all this stuff to this man while we tape it, and then we are going to keep that tape and use it for blackmail, and you'll get a cut. And they would get a lousy few $100s for being exploited with some of the richest men in the world. And I'm just saying it in that way because that's exactly how it happened. These girls were from trailer parks, some of them homeless, some of them had parents who were on drugs. They knew his procurer, just Lane, knew exactly how to get them. All right. So, the real Pizza Gate comes undone. The PG connection to the war crimes against Serbs was already established through the Clinton crime network collaboration with the anti-Serbs, Marina Abramovic, the witch, pedophile abuse, Bislana Drjovic, whose art adorns the walls of John Podesta. Case closed, Jay Flores. Hang on. So let's come down here. Connection to the aircraft share. Oh, first of all, there is a connection to Stratfor. An email between Mia Berkey of DynCorp and Solomon Foshko of Stratfor can be found requesting a subscription for Stratfor to renew an annual individual basis. And it says, connection to aircraft shared, this is insane, by Jeffrey Epstein, the CIA, and DynCorp. DynCorp, who has been exposed for human trafficking crimes, many crimes of child sexual abuse while in conflict zones. Think Haiti, think Bosnia, think Kosovo, the Balkans, not just for sex, guys. Oregon, if a girl doesn't have the looks, the girl doesn't have the whatever it is they're looking for, they can always use them as for organs. So anyway, Freedom Fighter, which is a vote user, uncovered a special report. I read this. I've got it. It's in my video a very large video I'm working on about DynCorp, and it's coming undone now. So anyway, occurrences foreign and domestic. It's a PDF. Click on this. Here's the link, guys. If you want this information, www.fort/rust.com, and then it'll take you can click on Jeffrey Epstein, CIA, DynCorp, share the plane. Okay, so he identified the fact that one of Jeffrey Epstein's suspected trafficking aircraft shares the same tail number as a State Department Bronco used under contract by DynCorp, use of a tail number can be corroborated by the official government records. This would mean Jeffrey Epstein trafficked underage girls using this aircraft of the same tail number and during the same time period that as DynCorp, when they also were trafficking minors in Bosnia and other parts of the Balkan states. If issued by some sort of accident, or if the two planes was decommissioned, the statistical odds of just two planes sharing the same number would still be over 1 in 900,000, just under 1 in a million. So the congruence of Epstein's Bell 9474AW and DynCorp's Bronco 9474AW is noteworthy. In 2002, the year Epstein's aircraft fleet stands accused of flying underage teen girls, some between 12 and 15, coincides with DynCorp's trafficking in underage girls, females, between the ages of 12 and 15 from Kosovo, Bosnia, and the Balkans. Here is the shared helicopter. Here's the proof of this government forms, guys, forms. Government forms. I need a drink. Sorry. I'll blow it up so you guys can see it. Maybe. I don't know if it will let. Oh. It won't let me blow it up. Okay. Anyway, it turns out the same tail number is shared by aircraft from multiple corporations, including Centurion Aviation LLC. So, the 9474AW is on Epstein's helicopter, which is he's accused of transporting transporting 12 to 15-year-old girls from Bosnia, from Kosovo to the United States to work in the modeling industry, and that's not what they got. So it turns out, let's see, complicating matters is the fact that the Cessna up top, which this one, right, model PT or P210N aircraft also uses the same tail number. The aircraft, according to FAA, was registered with the tail number on August 1st, 2014, is owned by Centurion, 600 blah, 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 blah. There's the address, so on and so forth. To summarize, Epstein has a storied history with underage girls from Balkan states, from purchasing his Yugoslavian sex slave Nadia Marcinkova. He literally bought her. She still works for his brother's corporation. She's a pilot. I wonder what they're still doing, guys. She's a registered pilot for one of his brother's businesses. He brought her to this modeling agency, MC2. Epstein and Jean-Luc Brunel traveled to Eastern European girls, trafficked Eastern European girls to a dinner party. Vanity Fair mentions where guests were horrified that they were surrounded by Epstein's young Russian girls. For more details, visit this Epstein page. Guys, this page is full of all the information, everything you need on Epstein at this page, fort/russ.com, fort/russ.com. Additional information on the aircraft and their connections known to the CIA can be found on Vote by Orwell New. Tired of fake news delivered by actors with no code of ethics? Do you desire to know what's really going on in the world? Support the freest, most honest daily news and operations today. Fort Russ. There you go, guys. I gave you a shout out on my page, okay? Guys, seriously, that's a good page for information. So that is, hang on. That is it for me in this breaking news. But last but not least, I just want to mention to you guys that I am working on starting up a new thing called 420 News every day, 420. 4:20 a.m., 4:20 p.m. because you got to hit both of them. Can't ever just go one. Don't take your eyes off this, guys, because the minute you do, he's gonna skate. He's already talking about singing. I'm gonna give names. If you give me a maximum of 5 years, I'm gonna talk. If I'll give you all the politicians and celebrities you want. Listen, they've already got pictures, thousands of them. Are you telling me that he kept pictures in his safe of pictures of kids that he liked to jerk off to, pardon my but seriously, no, those are ones that he's got loaded on his phone. The pictures he kept in his safe are the same pictures he's got in a safe deposit box somewhere, and those are the blackmail pictures. Those are the intelligence pictures. That's who he for whether for Israel, whether for Israel and Saudi Arabia, all we know is that this guy is big and he needs to stay in jail. His hearing has been postponed until Thursday, so do not take your eye off this. Why does he have a 1980s passport? Home residence, Saudi Arabia. Another name on there that he's never known to be used for, but his picture. Why?